Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Dan SHOR is on assignment. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The U.S. Coast Guard searched an area the size of California for missing crew members. Also tonight, DPW works on another landslide area in the aftermath of the storm. And a school is devastated, exposed to the elements. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Good luck going after our fans. We have a Hundreds meal at McDonald's.
You mean the Saja Boys breakfast meal?
Ours has Ramyun McShaker fries.
Ours has hash browns.
Hash browns.
Zoe!
It's a battle for the fans.
We love you! What?
Now at McDonald's. Pick a meal.
To pick a side. Don't fight. Kiss.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Bring your friends in for the best night out at Godfather's Bar in Garabin. Sing along to your favorite hits with live music from the Gigolos. Godfather's has daily food and drink specials, like Taco Tuesdays. The best pizza on island every day of the week. Located on Palm Street in Garabin.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on April 29 from our studio on Capitol Hill. The search continues for the missing crew members of the motor vessel Mariana. The area of search continues to expand as the United States Coast Guard and their partners search for the missing crew members of the MV Mariana and an orange 12-person life raft. Coast Guard Petty Officer 2nd Class Tyler Robertson says they are searching an area roughly the size of California.
We have our Coast Guard C-130 crews and the Coast Guard cutter Oliver Henry, which is a 154-foot fast response cutter, searching in the vicinity of the Northern Mariana Islands. So far, our crews have searched for more than 85 hours of search time. That does not include rest time. And we've covered over 127,900 square nautical miles.
Farallon de Pajaros, Agrihan, Pagan, Alamagan, Guguan, Maug Islands, Asuncion, Sariguan, Anatahan, and Zealandia banks were said to be a part of the Coast Guard's aerial search. There's flyovers being, done over the different islands in the northern islands. What was discovered? Was there any sign?
According to the reports from the air crews, there have been no signs during the aerial searches of the islands.
The 6 crew members of the MV Mariana set out to evade the typhoon before landfall, but their plan to outrun the storm was cut short by engine trouble. Since the search began, one deceased individual was found that has yet to be identified.
As for the identification of any of the members, I know the one person has yet to be identified, and we don't know the identity of the deceased individual. But our crews are continuing to search in close coordination with our partners, using all available resources to support the ongoing response.
The search is said to be ongoing with Japan Coast Guard and New Zealand Air Force alongside the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard.
As time progresses with those set and drift models, the search area will widen or expand, and so our search efforts will expand as well. The biggest update we have is that we are still continuing to search.
As the Coast Guard and their partners actively search, the CNMI Department of Public Safety says they readily assist on the local side. Right now, the U.S. Coast Guard is searching for the missing crew members. What's the local response, and do you guys assist in this type of search, or how does that go?
For right now, the Coast Guard is taking over, so they're actively searching the people that are missing right now. If they do need our assistance, we'll help them. Right now, the only thing that we assist with the Coast Guard is to check on the buoys that are if they're not damaged, and doing assessment on any grounded vessels. So that's what my personnel did for the couple of days. They worked together in tandem with Coast Guard to assure that the passageway to the port is safe, so that our goods will continue coming into our island.
Safety concerns for MV Mariana leaving port ahead of the storm is also not being investigated by DPS.
I'm not saying we don't have the resources, that we're very limited to reach that area where the vessel is. So that's why the Coast Guard is taking over the investigation. They're actively investigating the cause of this mishap.
I just kind of get your question where if they had a route plan or no, so they don't provide those information to us. That maybe is something that the Coast Guard can probably answer if the vessel had a route plan and all that. So.
The commissioner says they are working hand in hand with the Coast Guard.
As to the Coast Guard taking over, yes, they're taking over, but at the same time, we're providing assistance, whatever assistance they need. That they need us to fulfill some of the things that the inquiries that they need to be part of the investigation.
DPW says the sinkhole along the road coming in and out of KAGMAN is addressed for now as they work on an alternative route and another sinkhole on Route 36.
The sinkhole in KAGMAN, Route 34, has been fully addressed. We've already completed the restoration work, and the roadway is now open to all traffic, to include heavy vehicles.
Ray Yumol says the alternate route to and from KAGMAN is being assessed and worked on through a multi-agency effort with private landowners.
For KAGMAN Route 34, there's still portions of that road that showed stress cracks and fractures. So right now it's still stable, but we need to address that, and that's going to take time. But once we do get the emergency contracts in place and begin restoration work for the upper section, that road will not be usable when that happens. So my engineers are also working on the alternate route via Laulo Bay Road. So that's our priority right now, is to get that road fixed up so that when we do go in to do the restoration work for Route 34, we'll have the alternate route.
As the streets in KAGMAN develop, the public is advised to avoid Route 36, where another landslide occurred after Super Typhoon Sinlaku.
Route 36, the road that goes from East Coast down towards Kingfisher Golf Course, there's a portion of road that also collapsed right before the Small Trail Road going to Oldman by the Sea. So it's a little smaller than that of KAGMAN, but it is affecting the right lane as you're heading down. So I caution the public to please be mindful of that and try to avoid the area as much as possible, except for, of course, the immediate vicinity residents that still uses the roads.
UMO advises vehicle operators to drive with caution.
Again, I ask the public to please be cautious when they're driving along the highways because the streetlights are not operable. Obviously, we have an island-wide power outage, so it is dark out there and there are people walking along the road. We want to make sure that everyone stays safe. So, we're asking everyone's patience. We are working extremely quickly in these matters, so hopefully we'll resolve these things soon.
Residents are not guaranteed a tent, but the application process for the chance to receive one has begun. The Mayor's Office Disaster Tent Program kicked off on Monday. Residents apply in person on the two-form application process. The Mayor's Public Relations Specialist explains the information needed.
Pretty simple. How do you get started? You would just come to the SAIPAN Mayor's office. We do not have a deadline for submission. Right now it's just Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And essential items and documentation to bring, pretty simple. It's the head of household would come on by, bring in the following things like names, age, and sex of all the household members, description of how you've been affected by the natural disaster, detailed hand-drawn map of the location of your property, right, for a right of entry from FEMA once the application starts and gets processed, for them to come on into the property and assess the damage to as well.
He makes it clear that the Mayor's office is not distributing tents. The process sets residents up to have their property assessed by FEMA.
And it does not guarantee you a tent, but it gets you in that queue, right, to be assisted and for FEMA to go ahead and do their assessment claims.
One resident shares that among the loss from the storm, his family lost their mango tree.
Since our mango tree was like our main source of shade, we decided to come out here and grab a tent just to, because our baby is very hot during the sun. Receiving this tent would help us because it will cover us from the heat, and furthermore, it would let us relax. And yeah, that's it.
How old is your baby?
5 months old.
The mayor of Saipan says volunteers are needed as the program expands to helping those in the emergency shelters.
I'm going to have the staff, volunteers, to come in and sit down with those in the shelter, fill up the application. So we're going to separate that application down to the FEMA. So for those applications to be entertained immediately, so we can discharge the people in the shelter.
So right now we're just doing it in person, and as the week progresses, we're going to be going house to house, possibly setting out outreach stations in the villages so that we can go ahead and assist the community members that can't physically come to the office.
Stay tuned, CNMI. More news is next.
The new Big Arch sauce is so delicious. You'll wonder if they named the sauce after the burger or the burger after the sauce. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Every journey begins with one step and the right coach. At Gold's Gym Saipan, our certified personal trainers build programs that move with you. Your goals, your pace, your power. Stronger, healthier, more confident, together. Your best starts right here at Gold's Gym Saipan. Visit us in Garapan or call 670-233-4000. Gold's Gym Saipan, stronger with every rep. Welcome to Mariana's Beach Resort, and now welcome to Mariana's Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Mariana's Coffee at Mariana's Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News. One of the hardest hit areas in the wake of the super typhoon is Kobleville, where a school built to support some of Saipan's most vulnerable students has been devastated. Under torn canvas and twisted frames, what's left of Daok Academy stands exposed to the elements. The school, designed as an alternative learning space for at-risk high school students, relies heavily on temporary structures. But after the storm, nearly all of them have been damaged.
This school is Daok Academy High School. And this school, when the Kobler start construction, the room from Kobler Elementary will transfer to this side.
The damage is extensive, with all 42 tents on campus severely impacted, leaving classrooms, supplies, and learning spaces in ruins. A security guard now tasked with protecting what remains says the loss is hard to watch.
For me, it's sad because in my, I think, almost 1 year and a half for securing this area, for me it's sad because I see the old tents is damaged and also the school supplies damaged.
With no functional classrooms left, the school's mission to provide structure, support, and a path to graduation for students who need it most is now on hold. And with concerns about looting, security has become a priority as staff work to salvage what they can. For now, the focus is on recovery and finding a way for these students to continue their education despite losing the very place built to help them succeed. Officials have not yet said when or how classes might resume. Our Dan Shor reported on Daok Academy in March last year. Here's a little snippet.
Ranisha Cabrera is a freshman interested in crime investigation.
So, I'm a freshman here at Daok Academy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this school is better than anybody thinks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What do people think?
Some people may think this school is for a bunch of bad students, students who cannot make it, students who are apparently low class. But honestly, this school is a good way to get yourself back up.
Isaiah, along with other classmates, hopes to better his family's lives by earning a substantial living as a merchant marine.
Daok Academy is a wonderful school.
Thank you.
And I love my mother.
Upon graduation, Lana will work while also attending NMC.
I want to be a teacher.
She plans to remain here on Saipan.
Honestly, there's never not a good way to have life here. You're surrounded by family, friends, the people that you love, and the people that you care about.
Likewise will Principal Tudela, who shares in the love of the teaching profession.
I just love helping our students. Our team is really caring, and I know all schools are, but our school is very small, so we are family oriented. We know our parents. We call them daily. We just have a very a smaller setting, and so we see each other. We bond more, and we just have that personalized day that we do every week.
With our people in recovery mode, trash disposal is part of getting things back to some sort of normal. As the island works towards cleaning up post-Super Typhoon Sinlaku, waste collection and drop-off operations have resumed. Owner of Saipan's Hill 569, Pat Rodeo, and his team of 4 deliver bins to existing clients.
Garbage collection services are really important at this time of the post-storm. I really feel that it's not just business opportunities, but also this is kind of my way to give back. I know there's going to be a lot of folks that are going to need help out there, and we're going to do our best to provide services for everybody.
Communications from the CNMI Joint Information Center says to please separate green waste and place it along the roadside for pickup. Household trash must be disposed of at the landfill, the lower base transfer station, or through your private trash collection agency. Until further notice, the lower base transfer station and Marpi landfill are open every day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and are closed from 12 to 1 for lunch. The Asgono Temporary Debris Waste Disposal Site opened up yesterday. For now, they are accepting green waste. Their operating hours are daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. As agencies and returning residents arrive to help our people recover from the storm, one resident leaves the island to spend time with family and get the relief he needs. Aid continues to roll in at Saipan International Airport as the Marianas recovers from Super Typhoon Sinlaku. Peter Gray is here with American Red Cross from New Jersey.
I'll probably be here about 3 weeks, but we'll be here as long as it's necessary to meet the needs of the island.
He's been with Red Cross for 11 years now and is ready to help anyone impacted by the storm.
So I'm part of what we refer to as information and planning. We're sort of working through our headquarters to map out what the response looks like tomorrow, next week, next month, and sort of planning out the duration of the activity.
Residents on Saipan needing Red Cross assistance can call 670-234-3459.
Yeah, so we usually switch out every 2 to 3 weeks, depending. A bunch of folks are flying in with me today, and then in a few weeks we'll have more folks sort of depending on what services we still need to provide and how the response and recovery are going.
Angel Dimapon Jr. is headed to Guam.
Just stay there for a little with my auntie and my other family while the power's on there, and just until the power comes on here on Saipan.
This is what his experience with the Super Typhoon was like.
We just boarded up the windows, we had to control the water with towels and put towels at the doors and stuff. Yeah.
Is your family and things okay?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Everyone's just exhausted from the storm and everything.
Kai and Sammy arrived from Hawaii to check in on family and their house.
I think we're fortunate. Our house in Dandan is okay, especially compared to what we know and what we've seen across the island. So we're okay. We have a lot of yard work ahead of us for sure, but after that it's just kind of getting into the community and helping out in all the ways that we can while we can be here on island before we have to go back.
They noticed one disaster recovery effort from the Aloha State.
Well, I know that there is like a Mariana's Club in Hawaii, and they are launching a donation drive. I saw, I think that will be the first week of May.
Resilience is a word often used to describe our people.
We are resilient. This is not our first rodeo, but that doesn't make it easier being the third time, and it doesn't lessen the burden of what we all have to do as a community. So I don't know if I have any real words of encouragement because it's tough. This is hard work, and I feel so bad that we have to do this again, and I hope that we can set up better systems so we don't have to keep doing it. But yeah, any words?
No.
Welcome home, Kai and Sammy. Tonight's weather is mostly cloudy with isolated showers, lows around 78. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with isolated light showers, highs around 87 and lows around 77. The National Weather Service sends out a rip current statement. Dangerous rip currents are expected on the east-facing reefs of the Marianas through Thursday afternoon. Well, that was your Wednesday night newscast, CNMI. Until next time, please take care.